But first, let's talk about some short-term energy relieving behaviors that our children might begin to exhibit when they are grieving. And so steps are really things that we use to cope, and as adults we have them as well. You could, if you've gone through some form of loss, you might shopping, right? Shopping therapy, you can use that as therapy, or you find yourself drinking a lot more, or watching a lot more TV just to numb the pain or to distract yourself. Now, in some of those things are not bad in themselves, but when we use these behaviors to distract ourselves from our pain, guess where it stays? It stays right here. It stays in our body, and it's looking for a way to come out. So if you look at that, I put a picture of a kettle on there. When a kettle is boiling, the steam comes out. But if there's a valve stopping the steam from coming out, what's going to happen? It's going to explode, right? Because everything is in there. And so with our children, here are some behaviors that we might see that might help us know if this child is going through some emotional loss or not. So a child who used to be very jovial and active is suddenly withdrawn. It's possible that they are grieving. A child who is no longer concentrating, or even as adults, when I lost my baby, I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't even, I felt like I had memory loss because my brain was just mushy. And the same with children, they can have that as well. When you see yourself exercising more, maybe a child is gaming more or eating less, that is a behavior to say that it's like a cry for help. When a child who's always been, who's always behaved well, suddenly is becoming disruptive or plays badly, then there might be some grief there. Anger, or tummy aches, or bedwetting. So when a child suddenly starts doing things they didn't used to do before, it probably means they are dealing with unresolved grief. They've not been heard. They've tried to speak, or maybe not. And so this is their way of kind of distracting themselves from the feelings. But there are better ways to help children who might be going through grief.